Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Welcome home again. We've got a couple of weeks and we want to be finished here. Today we're talking paint finishes. Paul Stoliker is taking care of all the exterior work, and inside Sarah Trainer's very far along finishing the walls. And Terry Maiche is visiting today. She's a specialist on floor finishes and she'll show us how to spatter a floor. We've also got kitchen cabinets that have been delivered and appliances, so we'll give you a look at those and meet with Ryley, our carpenter. Stick with me. It's good to have you home again.
Sears presents Home Again with Bob Vila.
Well, let's take a look upstairs first. All of the house has been painted in an off-white that has a warm tone to it as opposed to a gray-based off-white. And Ryley made a handrail for us, which is real nice. It looks like a 2x4. It's actually a nice clear-grained pine that we put some more white stain on. We'll put some urethane on it to dress it up, but it makes a good, sturdy, inexpensive handrail. In our upstairs bathroom, he's been making this vanity, which is just carpenter built in place. You can see how easily it's put together, just with 1.5-inch pine, just some cleats on the top and along the wall, and that's all there is to it. We'll get a top, we'll make some plywood doors, and you'll see it next week all finished. Got to get the plumber back in here. And in our master bedroom, it's ready to move into. Walls are painted, windows are done. We still have to clean them up, of course. The carpeting is on the floor. And we chose kind of a very light gray with a little bit of a green to it. The main reason we chose it was that it was an end lot, and we got it for a real bargain. I think we paid about $8 a yard. And of course, we made some other choices like louvered doors for this bedroom, because in a damp environment, you want to have air circulation through your clothes closet, and this will work real nicely. And that's it for the master bedroom. Come on, let's go downstairs and take a look. We've used a lot of pine in our living room, and you'll recall we installed all of this on 2 walls, and what we've done here is, well, this is what it looks like from the lumberyard, but what we've done is we've taken a pickling stain that we've rubbed on there with a cloth, and we've done something similar on our pine floors, except that we've created a pattern with a contrasting color. It's not finished yet. In a minute, we'll show you how you achieve this look. Right now, let's take a closer look at our 2 bedrooms down here, which are really completed now. This room is about 10 by 12. It's on the sunny side of the house. Again, it's got louvered closet doors and another interesting color carpeting. Again, an end lot. We didn't pay but about $8 a yard for it. I think some little girl would love a bedroom with a pink carpet. And then on the flip side, identical closet, same size room, same carpet as we've got upstairs. Neat little touch here. Ryley built these for me the other day. They're 12 inches by 30 inches. It's just really a plywood box, but extra touches like routing out the plywood so that the standards can be flush with the edge of it, and putting a molding on the front of each shelf, and putting a little half-round molding around the whole thing, kind of to really dress it up and make it more exciting. What we've got on the floor here, which goes into the bathroom, is what they call a banjo countertop. This end of it goes right over the toilet tank. And what we're doing is we're building our vanity in place to save a couple of bucks. Just bought a couple of sheets of plywood. We've got them cut. Ryley will be showing us how to assemble it in a few minutes. And that top, of course, goes right over the whole shebang. Let's go into the family room and get together with Terry Maiche, who's doing all this wonderful painting. And everybody's in the kitchen and the family room, as is usual the case. Hi, Ryley. This is just really spectacular, I think. And Terry, you've done a fabulous job for us.
Thank you very much.
I mean, it is such a neat idea to spatter paint right over the plywood instead of buying vinyl flooring.
Yeah, it works out really well.
How did you get started?
Well, first we painted the floor with a green enamel deck paint, and then we rolled it on, and then it dried for a couple days, and then we started with spattering the paint.
Now, what fascinates me is all the color choices. Could you go with any dark color for the base? Could it be black or dark gray?
Well, because of the fabric that's going to be used in this room, we chose the dark green.
Okay, so there is a logic, right? And what about the other colors? They're also in the fabric?
Yes, they are. Yep, and we used the light green, and we used the salmon color, which is in it, and we have the dark brown, which we've used just as a dark color for the bottom. Sure.
Well, I would never have dreamt of using a dark brown, but I guess it all works really neatly. Go ahead and show us how you do it.
Okay.
I'll get out of the way in case it's real messy.
Well, I'm just spattering the paint. I'm hitting it lightly with a stick, and it's just, it doesn't matter what kind of shapes come out, we just...
Squiggles and dots.
Right, and we wanted it thick, so we're using a thick paint.
It is an oil-based paint again, right?
Yes, it is. And we're going to be on to salmon.
So that in each area that you're working in, you spatter all 3 colors at once.
Right, and then that way we can do the whole floor, and we don't have to wait for it to dry as we go along.
You have to let it dry for a couple days longer after you do all the spattering?
Yes, we do.
And of course, what we did was we covered the entire floor here in plywood, because you know, the old shabby shed had a lousy set of planks here that we had to cover. And what we'll do is we'll put 2 or 3 coats of polyurethane right over this artwork, and we'll have a real tough finish. Thanks a lot, Terry. And over here, Sarah Trainer, you have done such a wonderful job throughout the house. All the rooms look spectacular.
Thank you very much.
And you're almost finished, right?
Yes, we are. Just getting the slider done here.
Are there any tips on how best to paint a sliding patio door, a wooden one?
Well, it pays to take the thing apart first, because every time you move the movable portion of the door, this piece here on the fixed portion will show up unpainted.
Yes.
So you have to take out the stop and the weather stripping and some rubber bumpers. And
Yeah.
then I'm using the quick dry primer.
An alcohol-based primer?
Yes. And it only needs like maybe an hour or so to set up, and then you can sand it, and then
That's
I use...
the main reason any professional painter favors an alcohol-based primer, is that it dries quickly.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And after it's dried and sanded, then I use a coat of latex paint in the same color of the trim, even though
Yeah.
the rest of the trim is oil,
Yeah.
because that will set up quickly too. And then I can put on the second coat of finished paint, the oil, all in one day, and put the slider back together, and you can lock up the house, and it won't
You
be
can
a problem
actually do it
anymore.
all in one day, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
cheat a little bit here, but just on that one portion, it all pulls together well.
I'll check with you later, but right now we're going to have to break for some messages. Stay around. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the exterior painting on our little house here with Paul Stoliker, who's in charge of the work. Hi, fellas.
Good morning, Bob.
Paul, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You're well along with all the back walls, the exterior sidewall, which is white cedar shingles.
Right.
And what's the product you're putting on here?
We're putting on a bleaching oil. As you can see, it's a very thin product.
Not a linseed oil.
No, it's a little bit thinner than that.
Yeah.
It contains a little bit of gray pigment,
Yeah.
and it contains a mildewcide. We have a tremendous water problem on Cape Cod. We're
It's
so
damp,
close to
yeah.
the ocean. It is constantly damp.
Yeah.
You want to try to prevent the mildew. You want to preserve the wood.
Yeah. And you want to accelerate the bleaching process, right? So that it looks like it's weathered right up next to the shore.
Exactly. What you're trying to reach here is consistency.
Yeah.
The wind, the warmth, and the sunshine is going to create gray throughout.
That's silvery
versus
gray, yeah.
when you don't treat it, you could have light areas, you could have dark areas, and once again, mildew is a problem.
Not only that, but white cedar shingles, if you don't put anything on them at all, they have a tendency to brown up sometimes.
Exactly.
Which is pretty unattractive.
Exactly.
Well, that's going to look beautiful. What about the front facade of our house, which I've been calling it the money facade, because here's where we put our red cedar clapboards in place, the
Right.
traditional material. What are you doing here?
Well, I just started to put on my stain.
Yeah.
Now, what we do to prepare for that
Yeah.
is we go around and we set all the nails. We've used an oil-based putty.
Yeah. Which is just a pliable material.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We let it dry.
Yeah.
We put up a thin bead of acrylic latex caulk with a small amount of silicone.
Okay. What's the silicone in there for?
Actually, it makes it a little bit more pliable.
Uh-huh.
It's not straight silicone. Straight silicone...
You wouldn't be able to paint it or stain it, right?
Exactly. This will allow us to have the paint stick to it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you've put a material into all the nail holes and into all the areas where a clapboard actually butts into trim stock. What about the underneath here, these joints?
You have such a lap that it's not necessary to caulk underneath every clapboard.
All right.
Okay, it is not necessary.
But the big question, Paul, is
Yes.
why do we use a stain? Why not a paint?
All right. A paint simply sits on top of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that. A stain actually penetrates the wood.
Yeah.
Now, this is an opaque, solid color.
So that it's
oil-based
gonna
stain.
read like a paint.
Yes, you won't be able to tell from a distance whether
Yeah.
it's paint or or stain. The
Yeah.
biggest difference between paint or stain on Cape Cod is the fact that stain does not blister, it does not crack.
It penetrates.
It penetrates. When it comes time to redo the front of the house,
Yeah.
it's very low maintenance. You don't have to go back and scrape.
Just
You
a
don't
light
have to go
brushing
back.
and sanding, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a low maintenance item, and once again, it contains a good wood preservative,
Yeah.
and it will help with our mildew problem.
Good. Well, get started. We're going to go back inside and check with Ryley on those kitchen cabinets, and we'll check with you a little later.
All right, thank you.
Well, Ryley, this is looking great in here.
Yeah, good morning, Bob.
Quick job of it, too. You did most of it yesterday.
Yeah, in a few hours this morning. That's these modular cabinets. They're really nice.
They fit together well.
Yeah, it makes it a quick job. The walls were nice and plumb for us, so we didn't have any problems.
That makes
really.
a difference, yeah. Well, that one's holding itself up, isn't it?
Yeah, it fits in there good. I'm just going to nail it to a stud here.
Okay.
That'll hold it.
Well, listen, I want to talk with you about the bathroom vanity that you're building, but go ahead and
Okay.
nail that. We'll break for some messages. When we come back, we'll show you how we're going to build a bathroom vanity. A 5-foot bathroom vanity like this, if you go to a home center to get it, could cost you $300, $400, maybe more. What we're doing is we're building a plywood box, essentially, but we're only spending about $65 on parts. And Ryley, the first step was really down at the base. Before we laid our ceramic tile floor, we did put a 2x4 frame down.
That's right, Bob.
And we do have our tiles butting up to it. And that's a nice
Right.
detail, because
Yep.
it makes for a real clean finish. But after that, why don't you explain to us step by step how you build it?
Basically, like you said, we've got a box defined here, and the next thing we want to do is get it ready to receive the top. The first thing we'll do is get a rail along the back side of it, and I've already located the studs on the wall, so I'll just nail that right across here. The top of this wants to be 30 inches as a standard height
For a vanity,
for
yeah.
your vanity. Okay, now we'll place one right across the front here. And I want to nail that first right over there at your end.
And this is just pine that's been cut down to 1.5 inches.
That's, it's right. This is basically scraps that we've got left over from that wall paneling we did. Okay, and I'll come back and set all the nails when we're all done.
Okay.
Now this next step would be putting our divider in, and I've doubled up on this.
Why?
Well, we're going to be putting drawers in on this side and doors on that side, so it should be good and stiff to be able to support the both of them. I've already got a plumb line on the wall for it.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's right where that goes.
Of course, the secret of getting this and getting it right is to always measure carefully, measure a couple of times, and then cut.
Measure twice and cut once. The next thing is to face it off, and we'll start right here at this end with this style. And we'll nail that in with a 6-penny finish nail.
So again, we're building the face frame in place.
Right. Okay. All right, that in place, we're going to go ahead and put the gussets in these corners, which are going to receive the countertop. I'm going to tack them in, but I want to put mostly the glue is what's going to hold this together, yes. Because we don't want to be banging this all over the place, so I'm just going to put this on with a
These could be
4-penny
called-
finish nail.
These would be called the gussets,
That's right.
and they're really just, I'll hold it for you, triangular pieces of pine.
And every little piece you put on just stiffens it up all the more,
Yeah.
so that when you're done, you've got a really solid, nice little vanity here. We just go down the line here and put all of these styles on. Okay, now we're ready for our rails going across the face this way here.
And you don't need to
This.
glue those?
No, we do. For this, we'll put glue on the butt ends because this is where we'd get some shrinkage
Right.
in here. So we want to glue these butt ends in. Put that right in there. And I'm just going to tack this from the back. Okay, that's
Nice.
our last piece. Just put a couple of nails in that.
But it's the glue that's doing the work.
The glue is holding it together, that's right.
Okay. Now can we bring the countertop in and set it?
It's all set.
Let's see. Okay, I'll keep it up high.
All right.
Now this you had made at the lumberyard, right?
Yes, we did. Down at the local spot. This is ran us $180.
Yeah, so that's the expensive part of the operation, but pay a couple of extra bucks, $10 per radius to have these curves put in. And this is a nice detail because when we do install the toilet, we'll have that nice shelf right behind it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then you got your doors ready to go on, right?
Yeah, it's just a piece of birch.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you go ahead and hang those because I want to go back and check in with Terry, who I know is working on the checkerboard floor in the living room. Come on. Okay. Okay, Terry, you made the spattered floor look like child's play, but this is a little bit more sophisticated, right?
Yeah, thank
You've
you.
really created a checkerboard for us inside the living room. How do you do it?
Yeah. Well, I pickled the entire floor first.
Of
and
white,
it's,
yeah.
a white pickling stain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I measured out, we wanted 16-inch squares, and so I measured it out. And I drew chalk line. I snapped chalk line from one end of the room to the other, and that gives us the squares.
Okay, that's how you created it. All the chalk lines are snapped on the diagonal.
Right,
Yeah.
right, they are, to open up the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just, after I have my squares of my chalk line, which are here, I lay down my one-sided masking tape, and that gives me a sharp border.
And then you're actually overlaying the light green.
Right, the green will go with the furniture and the fabric in this room.
Is it an oil-based paint?
It's an oil-based paint, and I use it fairly thick so that it won't bleed underneath the edges, and it'll give me sharp.
So that it won't run under the edges of the tape.
Right, right, and it'll give me sharp edges. And, but we don't want a paint look. We want a stain look. And so what I do is I just wipe off the paint, and
Oh,
so that the wood will show through underneath.
I try to be thrifty, but I guess this is the only way to do it, to absolutely put that much paint on and waste some of it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. If it's too thin, it won't work. So
Yeah.
this is the best.
But you're getting the
That's way.
white coming through. You're starting to see it.
Right. And then I can remove my edges, and I have a sharp line, and it's wet right now.
Can I take it off?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that's the fun part.
And it takes 2 days to do it. You can only do every other square,
Mm-hmm.
and that way, so that your tape won't overlap and
Oh, sure.
the wet paint.
Sure. But what about once it's nice and dry? You've got to put a sealer coat on top of this, right?
Right. I give it 3 coats
Of a urethane?
of a urethane, probably a satin in this room.
Yeah. That's the hard part, I bet.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks a lot. Your
Okay,
talents are
thank
really
you.
appreciated. Right now, let's go find Ryley again, and we'll talk about the budget. We'll be right back after this message. All right, Ryley, we went over the $50,000 projected budget last week. We totaled in about $53,000.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm adding the cost of the balance of all the plumbing work at $2,700.
Yep.
The painting bills in and out are a little over $5,000. The floor painting was $750.
That was a pretty good deal, I think.
Yeah. The carpeting is $1,200, which is a
That's-
good deal.
Yeah.
And then you've given me a price of $5,500 for the interior carpentry, including materials.
There's another good
Yeah, I
deal.
think that's a good deal. And I got 3 appliances that just arrived for the kitchen, $1,500. I'm up to $60,233.
Which almost completes it.
Almost completes it.
Yep.
Not bad, I guess, and we still have the landscaping to do.
Yeah.
And we're out of time. That's a wrap for this week. Come home again next week when we'll be installing all of our landscaping, putting in a little picket fence on the front, a brick path up to the front door, and an herb garden, sodding the side of the house, having a lot of fun out there. And inside, we'll be showing you the decorated rooms. So make sure you join me next week. Till then, I'm Bob Vila. I think that we're doing okay.